Previously on the John Cash Show podcast. Welcome to an all-new edition. Jesus Christ. Edition?
Right? It's either edition or affiliates that get you every week.
This is, no, the Ambisol is numbing my fucking, and I'm like,
now you know how cocaine, people who do cocaine feel.
What is that?
It's Ambisol.
I've never heard of that.
cocaine? You don't know cocaine?
Ambisol.
Oh,
You never heard of
it's for your
Ambisol?
gum. Put it on.
She's really indestructible.
Put it on.
Like, she doesn't even, like,
What's
have
this?
two
Put it
eggs.
on.
No.
It numbs. It's a numbing agent.
It numbs.
It's a numbing agent.
Why you need your mouth numb?
Like, if you have teeth, like your tooth.
I ain't doing nothing with my mouth.
Does it work on your tongue?
Yeah, it does. Whatever it touches, it numbs. It's a numbing agent.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I never heard of that.
They normally use it like they take a Q-tip and rub it like on your
In the
teeth
dentist.
Oh, now we
yeah.
use Dettol.
Dettol inside your mouth.
We'll wash our mouth out with that.
So,
Caribbean.
so when Trump was saying drink the bleach, what's the problem with y'all? If y'all drinking Dettol,
we'll wash your mouth out with that. Like if you have any mouth pain or they say go get the Dettol, like wash your mouth out
the
with that.
Dettol, okay. I have a lot of that in my house, but it was from Mercer.
Let's see.
That's how I was cleaning like everything.
Oh, yeah.
It was really good. And when the pandemic started, I was using Dettol to clean everything. The whole house smelled like Dettol. Everything.
I didn't even know that was a cleaner agent. I just thought.
That's what it is. It's an antiseptic cleaning agent. That's what it's really for. You know, black people always use shit for other shit. Go get me a ginger ale and some vapor rub.
Get some vinegar.
You be over there mouthwashing.
No, but one time I did mop the house with vinegar and like Mistolin, and that was the shiniest
so
fucking
pristine, right?
shiniest fucking floor I've ever seen in my life. I was like, oh shit.
No, vinegar does the job.
Yeah, vinegar's very
Try
good.
That mix.
Vinegar and vodka.
Vodka.
That's a good,
I'd be a shitting
antibacterial.
fool. I'd be all shitty.
That is why you
Drunk and shitty.
No,
Like,
that's why she gushing out the damn 28th Street station.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listening to John Cash.
Welcome. It's an all new edition of the John Cash Show podcast. Whew. Okay, well.
What you was doing?
I mean,
What you was doing?
you know, it's Mercury retrograde,
Oh,
so
God.
Don't remind me.
yes, a lot of crazy shit happening. Anyway, thank you for listening and tuning in to the John Cash Show podcast on YouTube. These past several weeks, amazing. The watch time has exploded tremendously. Sort of like Star when she comes.
I thought we was gonna go 5 minutes without one. I did.
Well,
This is the show. This is the show.
I'm done.
and next on your late night news with John Cash.
The weather report.
Jump right in.
It's stormy outside. Yeah, so
Winter's coming.
I needed that. That got me started. That was my coffee I needed.
There you go. Your dose.
your juices are flowing now.
This is a flow, literally.
Espresso. Espresso.
Oh shit, I almost forgot. The views and opinions expressed by myself, John Cash, are solely those of myself and do not necessarily reflect those of our sponsors or affiliates. Listener and viewer discretion is highly advised. And of course, you can hear the John Cash Show podcast on demand on your favorite streaming platforms. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Including but not limited to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Deezer, Odyssey, Pandora, and many, many more platforms except for Tidal. They'll come around eventually. With that being said, you can go to catscollections.com. That's CATSKOLLECTIONS.com to buy the official merchandise for the John Cash Show podcast. By the way, the feedback on the shirts have been amazing.
Yes.
Some of you have sent pictures to me of you like getting the actual purchase, which is very, very heartwarming. I tremendously thank you from the bottom of my heart. And also thank you on behalf of Cats Collections for your contributions and your support. Now, what everybody has said to me, they've raved about the customer service and the timely deliveries.
Oh, that's good.
That's
I am very, very happy with that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's get on with the show. I'd like to, sorry, that was the gummy bear that I ate before the end of the show.
Mixed with
Too much
pretzels.
juices flowing in the
Right?
mouth.
Mixed with pretzels. Dry ass. These are good, but pretzels are normally dry. And they the guts version.
You know, it like kind of came back up on me. You know, Mercury retrograde.
It's upon me.
I'd like to welcome my amazing co-host. Y'all trying to take the center seat? Y'all trying to choke me?
No, it's us. It's not us. It's not us.
I know it's October, bitch. You
No,
know,
you
y'all
know what it was? I'll tell you what it was. It was karma. So when you made that person choke that other time. So now karma
Ooh,
came
that is
back.
true.
He did. Trust me.
I make
Oh,
a
you
lot
got the
of
right
people.
shirt on.
I make a lot of. I make a lot of people choke.
What shirt?
And gag.
What shirt are you wearing?
This is the
Okay.
Bag These Groceries
Yeah, let's
shirt.
go.
Oh, you
Stand
mean
up.
this shirt?
Very appropriate.
Oh, you mean
for-
this?
Yeah.
Yes. You know.
Very appropriate.
Bag These Groceries.
That was a perfect segue.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Very good.
See?
That's
Cats
what I
But
do.
Collection.
I had to catch it.
Yes.
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 Cats collection.
Yes, catscollections.com. Bag these groceries. That's what I do on a Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
When
That's
I'm
what
single.
happened.
When
Try
I'm
to blame
single.
us.
When I'm single. Anyway, now I don't want you niggas to think it was COVID. That's why I was like, oh, he got COVID.
Well, I mean, it is Columbus Day, so if it's a little yellow fever, malaria, or something.
You know what? They came up with the vaccine for that, okay? That I'm not taking. That I'm not taking, okay? So, on my left, on your right, on YouTube, it's the feminine divine goddess, multifaceted epitome of black girl magic with the whoppiest whopping all the land, the Brownsville bully. Star!
Clap it up, Star.
Thank you. How are we doing today?
How was your week?
How
more
was your
importantly?
week?
See, I care about everybody else more than me. But
That
one.
sound
I'm
personal.
great.
I try to show another side of myself.
That's you
Like-
know what. That's good. That's very good. Very good. Versatility is key. Versatility is key.
My week was cute. It was okay. Except versatility is key. All right. The shade from that side. Guys, hello.
Not shade.
I will
no,
take over.
No,
it was not
it was
shade.
the shade. It was a
Trying
nod.
to take over the middle seat.
No. Oh no. This is the campaign. People want
And
the
so
middle
it begins.
seat. We got to get you a purple chair. So that way you can say no one sits in the purple chair.
I'm gonna get a red seat.
Oh, that's dope.
Since people equate me to the devil anyway. So
Oh, Lord.
Get a little
Hot
horn.
seat. Call it the hot seat.
Mm.
yeah,
The hot
but,
seat.
yeah, people can't say the hot seat, especially when I put them there
Hot asses. Hot fart from hot seat.
with your Burger King crown, nigga. Anyway,
Here we go.
Burger King crowd.
yeah,
The Midas touch.
bitch ass. Anyway, that's how was your week? How was your week?
My week was weekend. It was weekend. It's Mercury retrograde. You can't, I'm here.
No. That's good.
where we at.
That's good. That's always good.
Here.
Now, these set of tapings, Josh isn't here, but let's not forget the engineer extraordinaire
Of course,
of the John
always.
Cash Show podcast, the man with the iron jaw, not the iron claw, the pussy-eating demon with vanilla-flavored semen, the pussy whisperer, Josh, who's probably,
Munching away.
munching away on his wife right now, the lovely vacation.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Absolutely nothing.
Black love.
Yes.
Okay.
In his place, we have the calm, cool, and collected Walter. Now, what do you want to go by, Walter? Because the king of cunnilingus is taken by
Face is the funniest
Walter's like, what the fuck? No, I just record and I just take pictures.
Yeah,
I don't get on the mic. Like, I don't know. I don't do that. What you want to be called?
King
You
of
want
Cunnilingus.
the king of cunnilingus.
Fucking me up.
How about-
Where he at?
How about Where's Walter? How about that?
Where's Walter?
Yeah.
Where's
That's
Walter?
true, because you be MIA sometimes.
He really do. We see him like
He like that
blue
long
moon.
lost cousin that come around only on Sunday dinner.
Like, oh,
Right?
yeah.
Cleaning
You know
out
that's
the
your
fridge.
cousin. Your cousin. You know your cousin. That one. Where's Walter? That's him.
Where's Walter? Yeah, we gonna rock with that for now.
I like this show. This is a very good show.
And I'd like to introduce the brand new, no pun intended,
AKA brand new.
co-host and associate producer of the John Cash Show podcast, Mr. No Days Off, the brilliant, effervescent man with the $1 billion plan and a mean right hand. It's Brandom Thoughts.
What's up, everybody? I am Brandom Thoughts, as he just said, and I just have Brandom Thoughts, Brandon Lee. I had a very good week. I know that's what you're gonna ask, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I got you.
See, this is
200%.
what a show is supposed to look like when you work with competent people.
I mean, all shows have their things. Okay, that's right. But my week was wonderful. I'm working really closely with this organization that I always work with, and we're starting to get ready to plan Bloom Giving. And Bloom Giving is like, it takes place in November, and we're out in the streets, and we get food, PPE, clothes, access to services. It's a whole kit and caboodle that goes on. So we just started talking about that this week. So I was really excited.
I
about
love that.
Yes, I had a very fulfilled week.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Plug your social media.
Oh, find me and all the information and everything I have going on at Brandom Thoughts on Instagram. That's BRANDOM THOUGHTS.
Okay.
Random Thoughts.
Now, you know what? You do my intro this week.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
He does
He
it
is.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he is the host of this show. He is the salt of the earth, the shaman of shade.
Come on.
And now he is the satire and the sultan of, no, it's the sultan of satire. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's the sultan of satire.
Come on now.
My bad.
I'm
He
clinging
is.
on to my
That's what they should be doing.
Yes.
He is the sultan of satire.
Yes.
He is the one and only, the host of this show, the #1 show, by the way.
Oh, yes. And also, what was my name last week?
Oh, Big Dick Willie.
Oh,
All right.
that's what she's gonna say.
All right.
Once again, he's the host of this show, ladies and gentlemen, John Cash.
Come on. Come on, more in there.
Cash. That's right. Goddamn
You
it.
need the DJ bombs to drop.
Yes.
Funk Flex bombs.
The Sultan of Satire.
That's right.
Yes, the Babe Ruth.
The shaman of shade, the sultan of
Yes.
satire.
It's the
Yeah.
shaman of shade for me. I love that.
Yes. And you could find me on Twitter at _John Cash, Facebook, John Cash, IG, The John Cash Show, YouTube, The John Cash Show. Yeah, I covered that all. My week was pretty good.
Eventful.
Pretty eventful.
That's good.
Yeah.
You back to work, right? You back to work, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been working this whole time.
No,
You mean in the office?
in office,
In office.
yes.
Hell no. I'm back to
Yeah, I'm about to say, no, you still
twice a
going, right?
month.
Yeah.
Oh, what a lucky schedule.
Mhm.
Hush, Chuck, hush. For the wrong
Don't
people
make
hear
that
that.
hype.
You know what? It seemed like, I think he need to be in a little bit.
He got time to
Said
talk
too
about.
much, did he?
Got time to talk about the wet pussies and
And being book
he
blessed
need
and
to do them
busy.
damn case notes. So let's get right into it. The hottest topic in pop culture right now, Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
Now, this past week, Netflix released a comedy special with the one and only legendary comedian Dave Chappelle.
The GOAT, if you ask me. One of the
Exactly.
GOATs, yeah.
I
One of
must
my
admit,
personal faves.
that the comedy special was fucking hilarious.
It was hilarious.
He took aim at Asians, blacks, gays, Jews, transgender, every damn body.
Yes,
He was
nobody
an
was
equal-
Well, it was an equal
Yeah.
opportunity
Opportunity
roast.
roast.
I
it
would
was
say
it
that.
was equal opportunity. Now, I originally did not watch this special But after seeing it so much on my timeline, I decided to check it out.
Mm.
And just like always, people take shit way out of fucking context. Dave Chappelle, in no way, from what I could see and hear,
Me either.
was being transphobic or homophobic. Well, okay. So a lot of people got their panties in a bunch because he pretty much, I'm just going to sum it up for those of you who haven't watched it. He was questioning the fact that the baby was being canceled over, saying ignorant things.
Right.
Like, lift your hand, put your hands up in the air if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot.
Right.
I mean, even though I find that kind of hard to do, to be sucking dick and raising your hand or not raising your hand and sucking dick, but whatever.
I mean, first of all, that was ignorant because I like my dick sucked in the parking lot. Okay, so
Straight parking lot, pimpin'.
like, hey, okay, I find that very insulting. Okay, but I ain't going to cancel him. I just like shut your fucking mouth. You don't know. Parking lot head is some of the best head you'll ever get. Especially, you got cars coming. You ain't supposed to be doing it. It's kind of hot.
Yeah, you're more low budget if you're doing it in the urinals.
Lord.
Or what are those called? Porta potties.
Yeah, the porta potty.
Now that's the low grade.
Now wait, don't knock
Oh,
that
so
either.
you talking about bougie head?
No,
in
no,
the
no,
car.
no,
Okay.
no, no,
parking
no,
lot.
no, don't knock that either. Because if you're at Afro Punk,
That's what I.
and you can't find somebody, you can't
Porta
find a
potties
place, a porta
the way
potty.
to
All you need to
go.
do is get that sage and that down chopper and burn it. Okay?
First of all,
And
if
it
it's
sets them-
Afro punk, they should be able to know how to take some leaves and some branches and build a little hut. Ain't that what they do with their hair and stuff?
Well,
there at Afro punk.
T.I. was at Afro Punk in Atlanta. He
Was
ain't, he don't know nothing about.
right.
This was the first year for Afro Punk Atlanta, right?
It has to be because I
Yeah,
never
'cause
heard
I've
it.
never heard of it in
I've never
Atlanta
heard of it in
before, yeah.
Atlanta.
Me either.
I thought they were doing freak neck.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I want to
me
look
too.
forward to.
Yeah, they need to keep it at real freaky neck.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
need to redo what our parents did.
But
I'm sorry, guys.
But yes, but I digress. But anyway, parking lot head is the best head. Well, some of the best head. You know. Hotel head is kind of like, oh, okay, nobody could bust in on this. Oh,
There's
okay.
no excitement.
Yeah, you
Thriller getting caught.
You could be like loud and the sheets and shit is all over the place, but it's not really like oh shit, somebody might
He
come.
wouldn't have been complaining if he was going to get his dick sucked in the parking lot. Let's
Yeah,
start there.
yeah,
That's true. He
That's
mad he
his.
was on
That's his
stage.
thing
Mhm.
anyway. So
Yeah. So anyway, so he said all of that, and he was like, if you're not getting, if you ain't out here with STDs, they'll kill you in 2 to 3 weeks and all that. First of all, COVID kill you quicker than HIV
Okay.
now because they got
Mhm.
pills, and now they got a once-a-month injection. Okay.
Did he skip HIV and went straight to AIDS?
He
Is that
went
what-
straight to
He
the-
went to straight
He
to
went-
I
AIDS.
think he went straight to AIDS.
Yeah,
Me
he said
too.
AIDS. Yeah, he
Yeah.
said AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, yes,
He skipped
he
some
said
steps.
he said very ignorant things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Said very, very ignorant things. Now, this the same guy who shot and killed somebody,
Yep.
okay, in a fucking Walmart. And then not only that, this is somebody who has beat women's ass. And he wasn't canceled then.
Right.
So now all of a sudden, because he insults people of the alphabet community,
Mm-hmm.
he's canceled.
Mm-hmm.
So Dave was pretty much citing the hypocrisy of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because here's this man, he could get away with killing somebody
Yep.
and his career flourishes. And here he just says, if you suck dick, you get AIDS. In the parking lot, you get AIDS or something. to
Or
that
if you,
effect.
if you have AIDS,
Yeah.
raise your hand if you don't have AIDS.
Yeah,
Which should have been almost everybody because who has AIDS nowadays? Not saying that the HIV pandemic is not out there, but who have AIDS?
It's almost like they personalize it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like there's a lot of medications and stuff out there. So, I mean,
Yeah, they
Right.
have the once a month injection. now.
yes, coming out now. Yes.
Yeah, so they have a lot of treatment. It's way further along than it was in, let's say,
What made-
1999.
What
When he
made that
wasn't even
comment
born yet.
hot though, but what made that comment hot wasn't even what he said. It was his DJ amping it in the back and saying, "Yeah, that gay shit is something like that."
Right, right.
That's
The
what made it
ad-libs.
specific to a certain group. I think if his little whoever in the back didn't say that, it would have just been up for interpretation.
Well, we know him and Boosie kind of has an issue with the success of Little Nas
Yeah, but-
X
yeah,
right now. Because that was stated right after the Montero video. I think either debuted or went number one or had
Right.
a lot of views. So
I just feel like he would have been less in the hot seat if, like, also the ad libs and the people around him weren't like making it specific to that group where like now it became like, no, you can't deny that you said this and it was towards us versus like, yeah, so everybody can have essentially HIV, not the gay community only. But
yes, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Number one affected is black women, but go ahead.
The more you know.
Yep.
We're educational and ratchet here.
Right.
Sophisticated. So, you know, Dave Chappelle there's a backlash against him ever since on Twitter and all social media. Oh my God, Dave Chappelle's so transphobic. He's so homophobic. I could tell those are the people that didn't watch the special.
Of course.
Because they just took one snippet and just ran with it. If you listen and listen to Dave Chappelle and you watch his specials, you realize that he's not homophobic or transphobic. He's telling you his evolution from where he was to where he's gotten now.
Right. Yeah, he did know that.
But people aren't entitled to make mistakes with this fucking cancel culture bullshit. And this is why I hate cancel culture. Cancel culture, okay? Yes. So let's go to the article. Comedian Dave Chappelle railed against cancel culture, Twitter, and the left-leaning news outlets this past Thursday amid controversy over his latest Netflix special, The Closer, telling a star-studded, sold-out crowd in Los Angeles that if this is what being canceled is about, I love it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to tell you, except I'm a bad motherfucker, the 48-year-old funny man told the rapturous audience of more than 18,000 at the Hollywood Bowl following the screening of his untitled Dave Chappelle documentary.
Can't wait to see that.
The outspoken stand-up star then got more pointed and specific. Fuck Twitter, I agree. Fuck NBC News, ABC News, all these stupid-ass networks. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to you. This is real life, he said to loud roars from the crowd. Chappelle was responding to the torrent of criticism he received following Tuesday's release of his sixth and final Netflix special, which some have blasted as transphobic. They canceled J.K. Rowling, my God. Chappelle said in the special The Closer, effectually, she said gender was a fact, and then the trans community got mad as shit. They started calling her a TERF. The comic then declared himself to be on Team TERF, trans exclusionary radical feminist, prompting applause from the audience watching the show. He said, I agree, man. Gender is a fact. You have to look at it from a woman's perspective. Now, Jacqueline Moore, the executive producer and showrunner of Netflix, Dear White People, was among those who said they were offended by Chappelle's comments in the special, tweeting on this past Wednesday that she was done with the streaming giant. But to my knowledge, she was done anyway.
Right.
I thought the show wasn't.
Well, it's in its last season now.
Oh, okay.
Dear
So
White People, you talking about?
Yeah, she was done anyway. They wasn't going to renew the contract.
Yeah, this is the last season.
They came out with
it's my show, but yeah, I didn't know they was offended though.
Yeah.
Well, she in particular.
Yeah. So she goes on to say that I have been thrown against the wall for using a women's bathroom. I would just say it's ironic that for somebody who famously walked away from a TV show because he felt like the messages of the joke got lost, he doesn't see what the messages of these jokes do to people. Okay? Chappelle also took heat for conflating rapper DaBaby's homophobic comments with systemic racism, saying you can shoot and kill a nigga in America, but you better not hurt a gay person's feelings, while referencing a fatal 2018 shooting involving the rapper at a Walmart in North Carolina. Now, with that being said, what are your takes on how do I want to word this? Because I know people are going to chop this up and they're going to be like, "Oh, you're just, you know."
I'll play devil's advocate.
When I
have a lot
said
of
that,
views to this. I don't know.
Because when I said back when Jussie did that stunt, I said, now Trump, if he drags his ass, he got all right because he pulled him into it.
I was Team Jussie. I'm sorry.
Me too. I was too.
I felt like they lie on us all the time. Fuck that.
No, but that's very dangerous because you see what happens. You see that what happens. Well, okay, now what happened if they didn't have the video with George Floyd? But when you say that they lie all the time, that does not give him the right to do that.
It didn't give him the right.
Because now when there's a serious situation that happens, then we got to be looked at like, oh, did it really happen? And we already have that problem.
I get that, but at the same time, they cry wolf all the time, and I feel like at least us as Black people, we should have stuck beside him.
No, fuck him.
Because just like we stick beside everybody else, we should have stuck beside him. Period. Because the only reason why they get away with what they get away is because they stick beside each other.
That's right.
That's really the only reason why. Other than that, if we have his back, we would have had his back the way like everything else happens and evolves, like it wouldn't have gone down that way. And then we could have gotten to the truth, but we attack our people more for being wrong sometimes, I feel like, than anything else. Because like I said, they lie on us all the time. And yeah, they don't get the same repercussions, but we don't get to defend each other the way that they do. So I don't know. I was on his side. Like, I didn't agree with what he did. I think it was ridiculous, obviously. That was the obvious. But I feel like if we would have had his back a little bit more, he wouldn't have got like thrown under the bus the way he did.
Well, he shouldn't have did no stupid shit.
Especially for lying on a white man. Like, fuck that. He lied on some white man. So
I think it was. I agree. I think it was like a power like analytic type of thing because
I don't know what he was going through.
I
He
felt
definitely
like
was going through
when I
some
first
shit
heard
to
it,
do that.
going back to Jesse, I felt like that was like what's his name, Lee Daniels kind of publicity stuff.
Probably.
We knew that like Empire was ending, basically. We knew that Star wasn't getting renewed.
Yeah.
So now what can we create to make some sort of buzz or something like that? I thought it was like, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I kind of thought that like Lee Daniels was behind it. But taking it back to this, my opinion on Dave Chappelle, first of all, he's one of the GOATs in my eyes. I don't care. Comedy, especially comedy from African-American comedians for years have gone across a whole spectrum. Nobody has been exempt. Black people for years have made millions off of talking about Black people. You understand what I'm saying? Martin do a whole stand-up comedy show talking about Black people. If this is going to be the day and age that's going to be all-inclusive, then people need to understand that your race, your creed, your religion, whatever is going to be under attack as well from a comedian, and it's not under attack. It is art. It is a perspective. It is a joke. Nowadays, you just cancel every single thing. Oh, this person is this person is that. But y'all continue to see the plank of wood in somebody, the splinter in somebody else's eye, but not the plank of wood in yours. So I don't think he should be canceled. You can't cancel Dave Chappelle. You can't cancel him. This man he's evolved. He's gave us great content. He's very hilarious. And I can say here on this show, I am a part of the LGBTQ community. And I'm an advocate for the community parts that I'm not in, whether it is the trans community, whether it's the queer community, still understanding it, because I don't know what's going on with that. But still being an advocate at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not one of those that's like, oh my God, my feelings is hurt. And there's some things that's questionable about dear white people, by the way, even though because she wanted to comment in this. And I understand that we can't be empathetic in a way, to a T. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we're not of trans experience. So we don't know what it is to go outside and everybody feels like you're this freak because you're doing what not the norm is. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
So that's what, like, that was going to be my point.
Sometimes for me, people look at me and say that too. Like, I mean,
what they be saying?
I march to the beat of my own drum. Like, let's just say that.
But
that
all
was
in
gonna
all,
be my point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you go outside, people just see you. You understand? Imagine this. Like, imagine if you felt like you were a white person on the inside. You understand what I'm saying? And every time you look in the mirror, you see a chocolate cocoa man with all these black features, but on the inside, you feel like a white man.
I mean, I do when I check Credit Karma.
With that name, with your name. With your name. So just imagine that.
I do.
John.
No, but I agree. Like, because that was my point. Like, so Dave Chappelle's one of my favorite comedians. So I've watched a lot of his specials. I agree with you, John. Like, I've seen how his comedy has progressed as far as those topics. Like, I think the first trigger was the whole the last special he did when he was talking about the LGBT community being in like a car, and like he did that whole like yeah, I thought it was funny, but apparently it was offensive to some. But I kind of like stayed away from this topic because I'm like, I am not an essential part of the community, so I didn't want to like place my voice. Yeah, but I also, it's kind of like what you were just saying about the trans community, especially. I don't know what that experience is like.
Right.
So me as a Black woman, I know there are a lot of certain things like what he said that I was kind of like cringe. And I was like, as far as me being a woman, that I was like, okay, like, but I can, so for me as a Black woman, I know how some things are said that other people don't recognize as violent towards my community and women like me. So I can understand, I can see how there might have been things that were said that might have been a little bit like, they can see it as violent, you know what I'm saying? And because he doesn't live that experience, I can see that. But also, like, even to our last conversation, I've been trying to understand what's the line of, let's be honest. Yeah,
okay.
Can I say my truth? Okay. Especially as a woman when it comes to these trans topics and certain things, like, where can I say my truth without cancel culture being like, oh, you can't say this, that, and third. Now also to cancel culture, you know, because I've been listening to a lot of people talk about cancel culture, and one thing that I can agree on when it was another person I was talking about this, like, there is no such thing as cancel culture. Like, let's be real, because at the end of the day, he's gonna get his check, he's gonna get paid. Bag, Chris Brown gonna get paid. Kelly, well, he's negative $2 million, thank God. But you know, it's certain people that are still gonna get their bag whether we like them or not. Cancel culture is just a hashtag. Like, let's be honest. So I don't believe in cancel culture, but I do feel like his aim, but I will ultimately say,
look at Chris and Michelle.
If you push it enough, and honestly, that's because she was a Black woman. They went and did that shit to Kanye. But
no, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
And to a degree, but Chris Michelle wasn't. I was about to say that she wasn't as big. Yet. So what happened was people just kind of forgot about her and stopped pushing her to get to that point where we all knew she had the potential to be. But it's different when you're already a GOAT and you're already are on top. It's hard to take a giant down. So in that case, I don't really buy the whole cancel culture thing. But what I would say his aim was, what I got from it, his aim wasn't necessarily the whole LGBT community. I think he was really talking to the white people of LGBT community.
Yes, I was going to say that too.
I've talked to other people where that is an issue. Same thing with feminism. It's always been an issue because they have their own agenda. Just like Black people in those communities have their, you know, where the agenda of most Black people in those communities is the equality. Their agenda usually stares off into other realms that makes other people be like, what the fuck?
All lives matter. Like,
wait, hold
up, Karen.
No, but I'm team all Black Lives Matter. I'm team that.
I'm team that too.
Yes.
But don't come and like when we're marching for a cause,
specific thing,
because you're not being marginalized. You're not being
ridiculed. You're not being murdered. Exactly.
So I think when he was like. Yes. So I think when he was making those points, when he was making those points, that's exactly what he's saying. When he brought up the baby, he brought up these other facts. What I think he was saying was essentially was to white people of those communities, which is like, hey, you guys are so quick, and look how you can ruin somebody's livelihood when our lives are already in shambles too. Like you said, he killed somebody. He done did all these violent things to people of our own community, and you guys don't even say anything. So to that, I agree. Again, to him specifically talking about white people of these communities. But overall, like my stance is like, I can't call it because I don't know what would trigger me or make me offended as a trans woman or anybody else. Like, I wouldn't know, but I understand. I think I heard who he was talking to.
Yes,
in that
I felt like
special.
The overall thesis. People lost the thesis and went into reading the body and reading one word and was triggered by that, as opposed to looking at the whole thing.
And I think this society has become so bitchified.
Not bitchified.
Okay.
This is going down. Yeah. It sounded like a real word. Bitchified. That's a new one.
Society has become so bitchified. The same people that grew up on fucking South Park, Family Guy, like
Boondocks.
all
but
of
is
these.
it them?
No,
is it them?
No. I'm telling you, it was you want to know where cancel culture first started in the current iteration?
Where?
The Dixie Chicks. And now all of a sudden, when they went up against when they spoke out against the war in Iraq with President Bush at the time, that was the original cancel culture. The liberals have hijacked it, and anything you say that does not go to the way to fit their narrative, they're like, cancel culture, cancel culture. It's these pussified, bitchified motherfuckers that have nothing to do but sit on their ass and try to and they don't have any real power or legitimacy in their life, and they feel like, oh, I'm a big boy, I'm a big girl, I'm a big person now, so let me just send off this tweet and cancel this person.
Yeah.
Like shit now all of a sudden, and you know this, Brandon, all of a sudden previous wrestling episodes now they're demonized. Shit that we found funny in '98.
Hilarious, yeah.
Fucking Jerry Springer. They bringing up old clips. So fucking what? That happened then. Why are you pulling that shit up now?
That's true. That's very true.
Now, there are some people I believe needs to be canceled. Like R. Kelly, I think we can continue to pack his ass on up and ship him out to wherever he need to go.
Let me tell you what I did want to say about still going with Dave Chappelle. One, I see like people talk about agenda. They're so worried about this gay agenda that they're not watching the whole defaming of the black man. We got, okay, Bill Cosby got out, right? R. Kelly, he did what he did, whatever. It was proven guilty. He's going to jail. I still think that he's an awesome writer. I think a lot of these fucked up kids that are out here creating cancel culture was made from his music. The 93 and on, 12 play and all that stuff. So they were, they fucked up.
Step in the name of pussy.
Right? And all of that, they real fucked up.
Okay.
However, I find it really offensive when it's like us as a people, like there's so much good going on. Like we have the most millionaires, and now look at this, we have black people that we can identify from a culture like hip hop and R&B that are certified billionaires.
Right.
We have Rihanna, we have, Jay-Z, we have like these images, or even people,
he said my wife,
or even people that people,
my nipples got hard,
or like even people that people don't know that's making waves.
Thank God I'm wearing black.
We talk, oh, ew. Put the blur on the YouTube, okay? We don't need to see. Even people like, we talked about the vaccine a few episodes ago, like knowing that that's a black woman that's spearheading the research for the vaccine. And for so many black people to have like adverse feelings or like, it's us sometimes. It's crab in the barrel.
I will agree because I feel like even when we to the theory that we keep bringing our like black men down, I'm like, but there's so many more successful ones that we just don't talk about. That's the problem. You still stuck on R. Kelly. Like he's finished, out of here. Next, like.
Us. All right.
Us.
But you know what I'm saying? But there's so many more successful young, why aren't we talking about the Issa Raes or whoever? Like these young people that are breaking down the walls and black artists that are breaking down the walls, like you said, that, these new successors, all that stuff. Like we are in a time, I feel like, where black people are really expanding. Yeah. And I'm like, we just need to talk more about that. And get the old trash out of here, because I just personally feel like we're just in a new day and age where the things that were holding us back and were toxic to our community is just cycling itself up out of here. And I think we also have to be okay with that, because there is, sometimes there can be a cancer to the culture.
Yes.
And I feel like, if we could continue to groom what we know we need in our culture and keep pushing that, then we'd be all right.
So nobody canceled Tekashi 6ix9ine yet?
He ain't black, he ain't nothing. I don't know who.
He's a person of color. I don't understand how he's still accepted. We're not canceling Condoleezza Rice.
But nobody, I don't think we
Ben
accept.
Carson.
I think white people fuck with 6ix9ine. I think them young white kids they love. Yeah, I think who's keeping him alive, because right now nobody I know really even talking about.
Oh, black, you mean? Like,
yeah,
okay. So we did cancel him.
Yeah, they not messing with him. I laughed.
We don't have canceled. He's not invited.
He ain't invited to the cookout.
Okay, all right.
To the block, nothing.
Get the fuck out of here.
If I see that,
can't even get a plate. Smack a plate out his hand.
If I see that motherfucking Bushwick, I'm going the other way. That motherfucker, because they'll air that bitch out. They're gonna air that bitch out.
I ain't trying to be caught in the first spot, but
I can see it now. Podcaster John Cash shot to death.
Oh God!
Like what the fuck?
Oh, 6ix9ine.
Like what?
Should have knew to cross the street.
Right. Not even go on that block.
I'm like, oh shit.
Period.
Oh damn. Anyway, yeah. So I think I'm gonna just give my thesis just to wrap this all up. I think what Dave Culture, Jesus, Dave Chappelle,
the new rapper.
Yeah, Dave Culture, Dave East Culture. What Dave Chappelle meant when he says that when he talks about the gay community. He's just probably, but he did say it. He was jealous of the progress that they've made in their movement as opposed to with what black people made with theirs. You could look at it even with other ethnicities.
Because
that was
separate.
an honest statement, too.
Right, but who says that the whole mirage is that it's separate? You understand? Oh, the gays and then the blacks. Like, what about the people who are on the front line of both, who are black and gay or lesbian?
And I think those are the people that were offended the most.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes people think the issues are separate. They're the same. It's about equality. It's about...
But I think he meant what he was saying. But I think those are the people that were offended the most. But he was, I think, trying to make it separate.
Okay,
Like, you know, again, like I think he was talking to the white gays. Like,
yes. And that's what is that called? It's not socialist, but like it's a class thing. It's a class thing.
And I think that was the core of
He was attacking class.
Yeah.
But other people tend to be like the catalyst. Go ahead, John. You were saying.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
This is a key.
Trying to clarify a little bit what you were saying.
Sorry.
That's fine. Y'all try not to get me canceled, but
we gonna just come back
I got news
in
for
another
you.
way.
I got news for you, motherfuckers. You can't cancel me.
We gonna come back another way.
You can't cancel me.
Cut
bitch.
off one head, 3 grow. That's what happened.
How you like them apples?
Blur those.
Yeah, I'll blur that out.
For sponsors and stuff, you know.
Nice shirt.
Right?
Anyway, let's go to the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yes.
Kendrick Lamar, congratulations.
Ooh,
Eminem,
good
Snoop
lineup.
Dogg,
Ooh.
Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige.
Good lineup.
Ooh, this is Mary's
Someone
second
said
time.
Mary shouldn't be it, but I'm like, that's the perfect lineup for her to be on there.
Yes.
If you want to add a woman,
Yes.
who else would you want to put on there?
I don't know how I feel about all those people in one show, halftime show though.
You think
Remember
it's
they
gonna be
did it
too
one
much?
year
Because
when
they're
it was,
not a band. They're not. It's not like I can understand if we were a band or a group.
They did it before.
No,
they did it
but
the year
it was
when-
kind of it was like too much going on. It was the Beyonce, Bruno Mars, Coldplay. It was too much.
That's
and that's like
No, that's not all.
that was like
Do y'all
15. That's a 15-minute segment.
The last time that Mary was a part of the halftime show was when it was NSYNC, Britney Spears, Aerosmith, and Mary J. Blige. And Nelly as well was a part of it. And that was an awesome show, and they gave them the same amount of time.
But nobody remembers that except for the Janet Jackson.
Sure didn't remember.
I didn't remember that year when
No,
they did Walk This Way and
All I remember was Janet Jackson's titty.
That
coming
was the
out.
next-
was it.
that was the next year. That was the following year.
I'm like, I remember that.
That was the following year. That was like either
Oh.
the following year or the year after. That wasn't the same year.
Oh, okay.
And I just remember Beyonce.
that just shows to
Yeah.
show you. I don't remember.
I don't really pay mine to the Super
If it ain't
Bowl.
Michael Jackson, Beyonce, or titties coming out, I don't know.
what was
I'm not
going
into
on.
football.
Huh?
I'm not into football, so I don't really know. I don't really follow.
You'll be like home run.
At least,
sports-
at least the
Like,
Super
Was it
Bowl.
the sports half? I don't really.
The sports
I
half.
don't really pay mine to that.
The sports half.
But
We can't even
Yeah.
congratulate our great black people that's going to be headlining the Super
I'm
Bowl.
glad they're on the sports half. I'm glad.
Halftime show, Super Bowl. Over 200 million people watch.
You never heard of Super Bowl commercials?
Now I know they make the most money in whatever.
okay.
Right?
You know business
Like,
aspect.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
She's like
about- she about
half.
business.
She said half sport. Like what?
Sports half.
Sports half. Like what?
Who is that?
Sound like a show from like ABC or something. Sports half.
Sports half.
They should especially do it like I feel like that calls for a Nipsey Hussle tribute. Like,
That
that's
would
a lot
be
of West
nice.
Coast people.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
besides, Mary, this is a lot of people.
A lot of
who
West
are-
Coast giants.
Yeah, this is a
the
lot of people who've been
Dre's.
under Jimmy Iovine or who've ran across Geffen Records or Jimmy Iovine. I feel like this calls for a Nipsey tribute.
So was this Jay-Z's doing is what I would like to know.
Yes.
Obviously. I felt like it had Jay-Z's name all over it.
And what is Dr. Dre gonna do?
So wait, do they perform together? Is that what you guys are
I
saying?
think they do
I think-
separate, and then everybody does something
Oh, okay.
together.
But I don't know what song they would do.
We're all together.
Okay, they might have a new song dropping. Snoop always got some new shit.
Yeah, but
coming
that's
out.
not the Super Bowl halftime show. Is
No, they
something
could do
that
something off the Chronic. They can do like where Snoop was a part of it, and then Kendrick could do like a Tupac part, and like
Mary
that's
can
how
sing
they-
a Nate
Eminem,
Dogg
and
part.
then Eminem he can do somebody's part or make
Mary
his
can
own.
sing a Nate Dogg part. if
Yeah,
do one
and
of
they could do
those.
like that.
Yeah.
This is an Interscope driven thing right here. All
Mary
these
could
people are part of
definitely do
Interscope at one
I wonder,
point in time.
I wonder if 50's going to sneak his way.
Exactly.
50
He'll
probably
be a
would drop
surprise.
his ass
Yeah.
on the stage.
He'll be dropped in there. Of course.
No, I'm just
This
thinking
is all of his people.
Yeah,
And
that's
he'll,
true.
He'll be like, power.
Yeah.
I'll be the ghost of that.
Like-
Yeah, you gonna come on in?
Definitely true. Shouts out to them. Now this is a halftime I look forward. I would watch this.
I would watch it.
I would watch
yeah.
this.
I watched The Weeknd.
Oh no, I missed that. I'm
I
not.
watched The
Can do
Weeknd.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not a big Weeknd fan.
Mm-mm.
I watched it because I just wanted to see how they were going to pull it off for the pandemic.
I know.
Oh.
Wasn't he like preparing that whole time for that one show? Like when he was acting like a drug addict and stuff for that whole time?
Yeah,
I don't know.
was he acting?
Now, allegedly,
Allegedly.
Oh, now we throwing a legend after all things we said today. We're now throwing in a
all the
legend.
shit I ever said is alleged. Now,
Remember
put
the
your
views and opinions.
the views and opinions expressed by the John Cash, solely those of John Cash, and do not reflect those of sponsors and or affiliates, listener, and viewers. Discretion advised, motherfucker.
I'm mad you really know it like a monologue. That's so cool.
Okay.
I'm so used to saying it to cover my ass.
Yeah.
Like, second nature, like washing my ass, you know, which I do very frequently, by the way.
We can tell you never stink. Well, I
Okay.
don't know if you ever experienced it.
Well,
but
you
I
can't do this without that.
You do know some people do this without that.
That's a
right?
king. That's a king. People into
A
scat.
battle.
Those,
Some people into scat.
they are.
Not I, but
Not I said the cat.
not I.
No scat said the cat.
Yeah, no scat. Clean your ass. Thank you very much. Wash your ass.
It's always our first episode. Like, why is it always like this? John, your show.
Let's get into taking the money and run. Came across this story and I laughed my ass off. Now, this museum pays an artist $84,000. He delivers 2 blank canvases and he titles the work, Take the Money and Run. It was a case of art imitating heist. Just in case you thought charging $120,000 for a banana was highway robbery, a Danish museum gave an artist $84,000 to use in a commissioned piece, only to have him pocket the cash and turn in 2 blank canvases cheekily entitled, Take the Money and Run.
I'm here for all of the shenanigans.
The blank robbery occurred after the Kunsten Museum of Modern Art in Aalborg. I hope I said that right. Shout out to the Danish out there. Asked Danish artist Jens Hennig to recreate 2 of his prior works, 2010's An Average Danish Annual Income and an Average Austrian Annual Income, aka the average rental price in New York.
Wow.
$84,000.
Wow.
Jeez.
Anyway, those politically charged pieces use actual banknotes to showcase the average incomes of citizens in Denmark and Austria, respectively. Now, here's the funny part.
So he the Robin Hood of this shit.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it sounds like.
Along with an undisclosed compensation for the project, the institution lent Hennig $84,000 plus offered an additional 6,000 euros, which is about $7,000, if needed to be displayed in the opus itself. Per the contract, that amount would have to be returned to the museum at the end of the exhibition on January 16th, 2022.
Okay. So he gave him time. You can steal, but bring the money back. Just give it back to us. That or the art.
But the curators first suspected something was amiss upon receiving an email from Hennig that said he had changed the artwork's name to Take the Money and Run. Indeed, when museum staffers opened up the box containing Hennig's contributions, they discovered 2 blank canvases while the cash had disappeared entirely. No shit, Sherlock. The money had not been put into the work. Museum director Lassie Anderson told CBS News. Hannick said he had a good reason for literally drawing a blank. The work is that I have taken their money.
They're still trying to figure it out to this day.
Right.
It's not theft. It is a breach of contract, and a breach of contract is part of the work. The artist said that he had conceived the cheeky creation as a protest against the pittance he received for inclusion in the show, which reportedly required him to pay nearly $4,000 to reimagine the two works, according to ArtNet. Now.
Yeah, I'm not paying if you ask me to do something.
Okay.
That's like asking me on a date and asking me to pay.
Well.
And you asked me.
You asked me to go.
You brought me here. Shit.
As for the $84,000, Hannick hasn't broken any contract yet, Anderson said, since repayment isn't due until early next year. However, he specified that if the money is not returned by then, the museum will take the necessary steps to ensure that the provocateur coughs up the cash. So...
He spent that money, child.
I was working on the
his
next
next
art
pay in, right? Exactly.
Like Candyman. Like,
I was thinking the same.
That was a finesse.
I'm about to start
He
fucking
got
drawing.
stung by a bee.
He's smart.
I'm about to start drawing stick figures.
They had that as an art.
Stick them up and shoot. Yeah, so that, you know, we had a kind of a heavy episode, so I decided to leave you with some levity. So let's jump into final thoughts. So final thoughts, the First Lady.
Take the money and secure the bag.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
The ultimate.
Oh, wait a minute. He got
secure bag.
ACGs on. Let's go.
You need the black Nike sneakers.
On the
I'll tell the
ACGs.
black.
The Nike
Those
boot ones.
shoes, Yes.
Mm.
Both of those. Rob a nigga quick shoes. But yeah.
Yes. Now let's go to
Brandom Thoughts.
the man with the $1 billion plan and the mean right hand.
Ooh.
All right.
I did a right and a left. I did a one and a two. So my Brandom Thought today
Hook.
is sponsored by my own thoughts. Just a little advice. You might not want to go burning down perfectly good bridges when you know damn well you can't swim. Keep in mind, trust is like paper. Once it's crumbled, it can never again be perfect. That's it. That was the Brandom Thought, and I have Brandom Thoughts, Brandon Lee.
All right. That's the poetry slam portion of the John Cash Show.
I'm here for it.
Brought to you by Barnes & Noble.
By Brandom Thought.
Yeah.
But if Barnes & Nobles want to pay, they can.
Barnes & Noble paying. And as I always like to say, take the money and run, nigga. No. Stay away from negative people because more than likely they have negative bank accounts. We'll see and speak to you next week on the John Cash Show podcast, bitches.
Why did you?
No, just
That was the frequency.
next time on the John Cash Show podcast. I take inspiration from my audience because
That's right. That's
I
good.
like to do I like to do what y'all want to hear because the more that y'all want to hear, the more that we do. The less that you don't want to hear, the less that we'll do it.
That's all.
So
Nothing to it but to do it. You can do it. Put your back into it.
You know that's my song.
she was about to get right up on this damn table.
I sure was.
Don't stop.
Go ahead, go, John.
Don't stop.
What's that beat though?
She about to stop. She about to start shaking.
Oh, sure. Start nothing. Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing on this
That's what I
show.
was trying to say.
On this show, don't start
Don't
nothing.
let me
Won't be
get up.
nothing.
Thank God I ain't got no holes in my underwear.
Yeah, right?
And my ass clean. Anyway.
Yo, listen to the John Cash.